What's up, peeps? Welcome to the Up and After podcast. Grab a mug. Let's have a talk.
What do you want? It's too early for visitors.
I then awake as refreshed and recharged as a newborn child, ready to take on the day's challenges.
Welcome to the Up and After podcast. I am your host, Chris, with my co-host.
It's me, Riley, or Captain Riley, if you will.
Yes,
and my sidekick boy, Chris.
No, don't ever say that. No. Why couldn't I be like Chrissy Barnes? Why'd you say boy, Chris?
Boy, Chris.
You ruined this. We have to start over.
No, come on. That was great. What are we here to talk about? Come on.
We're staying on theme with like American things, right? Because
military movies.
Yeah. Excuse me. Military movies. Yeah, we did a few good men, and now we're doing one good man, Captain America. You like that?
Yeah, that's good.
He is the first Avenger. So,
oh man,
what does he avenge in this movie?
America? Well, nothing. He's not an Avenger yet,
but he's the first Avenger. That is the subtitle of this movie.
Yeah, he is the first Avenger. It's just he's not an Avenger yet as of this movie.
But why use that subtitle?
Well, because they were setting up for the Avengers and they wanted people to see it.
All right, I guess that's fair. Just
can I?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Is it weird if I say this might be my favorite Phase 1 movie?
Okay. Right off the top, Riley, I have to say. No. Stay with me. You're gonna be pleasantly surprised. I think this might be my second favorite, maybe third. I'm kind of thinking about this and Iron Man.
Yeah, I figure.
But like going, like I don't know where I put Captain America on our tier list. I have to go back and listen to that episode.
Oh yeah,
but I think it was pretty low. Yeah. Just because at the time I found it really boring. But now, like watching it, I'm like, this movie is a solid movie. This movie is good. I honestly think it's probably the best made one we've seen. I think it has like a lot of like really great direction. Yeah. I don't know. It's between this and Iron Man. I really love Iron Man. But I think out of the Phase 1, Avengers is my top, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But I definitely want to change my ranking of it after watching it again, I have to say. So
we'll probably do a re-ranking of Phase 1 after we do Avengers,
I imagine.
And then we'll update that at the end of every phase when we finish reviewing them.
Mm-hmm.
Man. This I always look back on this fondly, and every time I watch it, I just really, really enjoy this movie. We can just talk. It was made by Joe Johnston, and he was just the perfect director to attach onto this. Because Chris, I don't know if you ever saw The Rocketeer.
Never. Nope.
No. Oh my gosh, dude! The Rocketeer is a movie my dad showed me at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
And it is you can see how Johnston drew a lot of inspiration from his earlier work, in that it is a sort of alternate World War II with high-tech technology and like a superhero fighting like super Nazis.
Okay.
Right, so it's he has experience doing the World War II kind of period piece aesthetic. I'm gonna talk about all how how the World War II vibe is really pronounced in this movie as we go forward. But yeah, I just think he was a great choice as the director here. He also did the Wolfman remake. You ever see that?
The newest one, like
2010.
Oh, 2010. Okay. See, they just released a new Wolfman, so that's why I was like,
they did, didn't they? I didn't see it yet. He did. He also did Jumanji with Robin Williams. He did that one.
Oh, okay.
He did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. yeah. Anyway, yeah, he's neat.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's talk about this. All right, where do
Yeah.
you want to start? Do you want to start like just go through the movie chronologically because that's kind of how my notes are set up? Do
Yeah,
you want to like talk about anything in particular?
we could do that. I think one thing I want to get off the like one thing I want to talk about just in generalization of the movie is, like I said before, I really like how this movie's directed. Um, and I just like the feel of this movie. And maybe it's
Hmm.
because of the World War II theming and the backdrop, but like I'm looking at these scenes, I'm like, man, this just feels different from like a lot of
Hmm.
the, especially like now, where everything's like
Yeah,
modern day, obviously. That's kind of hard to have uh like setting feel different or feel like its own thing a lot of time in the recent movies. And I feel like the setting here with the World War II backdrop, everything, like it feels like a character itself in a way.
yeah,
um
yeah,
my only grievance, I would say, is just like sometimes it looks really fake, like the background,
yeah.
and it
I
feels
can see
like
that. Yeah,
I'm watching the prequels all over again.
I can see that in some places. I agree.
Yeah.
Um, I'd like to just jump right in here. The opening scene for me is just the most forgettable scene in the entire movie for me.
Damn, that's so crazy. I was
Just
just about to ask, what happens?
so
Yeah.
like the scene in like the Arctic where they find him in the
Oh
ice. It's like he's
yeah.
been awake too long.
Yeah.
Every time I watch this movie, I'm like, oh yeah, like that's how it starts. I completely forgot about that. But then I guess like where else would it start, But it's still just like it's just a scene that I just I always it's the amnesiac
Ye-
opening scene, I guess.
I think that scene would hold more in the minds of the viewer if it showed Captain America and not the shield. I think it's
I
forgettable
don't think
because
so.
I personally think so, just because I think you would attach like, oh, he's in the ice, whereas like just seeing the shield, I think you might just see it as an object and just be like, oh, okay, and it's just for you just forget about it. I don't know. This is me
I don't
personally.
know.
I feel like
Yeah, no,
attaching a person to it is like,
I think the shield is just so iconic that I think it is. I think it is the way to go. Yeah, I don't know. I just have nothing really to say about the opening
that's fair.
scene.
That's fair. That's fair.
Um,
Because I totally forgot
but
about it. So
indeed. But then it we go back to it goes back to 1940s,
hmm
and instead of jumping right into the hero, we start with like the villain in Norway, and I have so much appreciation for how they just spend like they spend a lot of little details in this movie setting up the stuff for Avengers. Like obviously you have the Tesseract is the big MacGuffin of the movie
hmm
because they want to set that up as the big MacGuffin of Avengers, and they already introduced it in the post credit scene of Thor.
hmm
But I love how smart it is that they have the Tesseract as this alien artifact. They established that it was left on Earth by Odin. It was once part of his treasure room, but he left it on Earth, and therefore it's left in Norway. That's Norway. They've established that that's where the Aesir or the Asgardians basically came to Earth to fight the Frost Giants, and they tie that in to to this time honored tradition of Nazis being obsessed with like Nordic and Teutonic myth,
yeah.
and I really love how they tie that all together.
Mhm.
And we also get a big mural of Yggdrasil, so they were already establishing Loki season 2
Yeah.
all the way back then.
You said that when you yeah.
Yeah, so I really like that.
Also, Walter
And,
Phrase
and
here. Just want to throw that out there.
Walter Frey's here, Hugo Weaving's here as the villain. He's fine. I don't
Hugo
really have
Weaving
any
or Walter
Hugo,
Phrase?
Hugo Weaving as
Okay.
Red Skull. Like I think he's just good. I don't think he really like stands out to me
hmm
among the like the villain canon of this series that much. But I mean I guess I like him a lot more than most of the other Phase 1 villains. But if you expand it out to future movies, yeah, I don't know. I just don't really remember him that much.
Yeah, I like him because I was jokingly like, Oh yeah, he doesn't like turn on his people, and
Honorable.
he's very honorable. But there's a part of me that really did like I was truthfully being honest. Like I do think there's a level of like he's a Nazi, but he's not. They're not trying to make him like just a cackling bad guy. Though I do think he kind of becomes that, but like not in a bad way. I don't even think it's a
No,
detriment
I
to his
understand.
character.
I just love how you were joking about that.
Until like a
very
scene
next
later.
scene, the guy's like, "He routed us, and there were no survivor. Like no one came back alive." He's like, "Evidently not."
Not
And he just shoots his own. It's so funny.
That guy had it coming though, so you know he shouldn't have came back.
I guess. Um. All right. So yeah. We get the Tesseract. They just use that to basically introduce a bunch of technology. But another thing I love is with the movies we've had up to this point, we've kind of had this what's the word contemporary setting. You know, it's all set in the modern day, but their world is a lot more technologically advanced than us, and we see that mainly in Iron Man because you know Tony Stark's the main character, and he surrounds himself with like huge high tech technology, right?
Yeah.
High tech technology, lol. But you know, we see it in like you know basically every movie. We see a little bit of you know, this is our world, but you know they're a bit more advanced.
Yeah.
And I love how they keep that consistent. Where this is back in World War II, but Howard Stark is still around, so
Yeah.
they're still like you know having this big, and they have the Stark Expo here, which is another big callback to Iron Man 2. So they're keeping that going, and he's showing off like the prototype flying cars and stuff. So I love how they bring it back to World War II, but we still have this sense of like they're still more advanced than we were. At the
You're
time.
saying all this, but then we have fucking Howard Stark and fucking Iron Man 2 going, I don't have the technology. Tony,
I'm limited by the technology of my time, son.
but you just made a fucking flying car like 20 years before, bro. Man, yeah, but yeah, I agree. I think it's cool. It reminds me a lot of like Fallout, you know, in that world. And I think it's always cool to have like a old but advanced like civilization thing in like movies and media and art and stuff like that. It's
I love
really
that in fantasy. I love like ancient races that were technologically advanced. You know, we can only get glimpses of you know the civilizations they had. You know, I always love that as a trope, especially in fantasy media. But it also makes this great thing where it's like, you know, Howard Stark is creating like technological advancements for the good guys, and then Hydra is doing it for the bad guys. You know, they have the Tesseract, and we have the Super Soldier Serum and all that. It's I hope you can't hear that car alarm going off.
I don't hear it.
Okay, thank God. Anyway, so another thing that is kind of I don't know. I'll ask you how you feel about this. Moving into actually, let's just talk about Chris Evans and Steve Rogers first.
Yeah.
He's great.
I'm brought to the part where you're like, man, Steve Rogers, good guy, good choice, or something like that. When he's the conversation he has with this scientist guy,
With Erskine,
yeah. You know, like. It's like I said when we were watching it, I think it's so funny. Like maybe people don't give him props enough for going from Human Torch to this, because I do really like him as the Human Torch. But coming to this, I was like, well, how is he? Is he just gonna be the same guy, right? But no, and like it just feels vastly different. And this character is like really like they make Captain America really likable.
He's so like he's like, and it's so funny because I think a lot of people wouldn't like, you know, it's sort of like a lot of people don't like the idea of Superman, where it's just like a goody two shoes personality, and people don't really like that. But they somehow managed to strike this great balance with him of, you know, he's really likable. He's you know, he always does the right thing, but he also is, you know, he isn't gonna like lie down and let people walk over him. And I think that's the balance you need to strike. Is that, you know, he's good, he wants to do the right thing, but he's also gonna fight for the right thing.
I think it comes off as very authentic too, because I think one thing that maybe gets lost, maybe even with Superman, is like trying too hard. It's like you're trying too hard to be the good guy. You're trying too hard.
Right.
That it may comes off as like, yeah, but there's something sinister there. You know, I think that's kind of what people are thinking. Like there's like you're only being nice so you can do something to the rest of people, right? Or
Right.
get over on people. But like here, it's just like, no, he's just, I don't know, he's just not trying too hard to be good. It's just he is good, or he is likable. You know what I mean?
Right.
I respect that, especially in my superhero movie. You know, like I don't want to, especially now. I mean, maybe not then when this movie came out, but like now it's like I want to see my heroes be nice and kind. Like I'm tired of like,
you want to see your heroes be heroic.
yeah, it's like,
You want
okay,
to see them.
we got through
You
all
want to see them
the.
have. You want to see the humanity in there too.
Mhm.
And you brought it up in media. I always am thrown off because like the effects they do to make him tiny
Yeah.
are really good.
Mhm.
You know, I think there's some parts where it kind of look like it. I wouldn't say total uncanny valley, but like there is definitely like some parts.
Think
where
it's
you- where-
only uncanny when it's like him, like, oh, the car scene. It's because it's like they're doing this like head thing on top of like a green screen or like a blue screen in the back, and that's and all of this kind of looks weird because I think they're like obviously compositing different layers on top of each other. So then it's like now it's starting to get like this really weird effect that I'm like, I'm not like this, but
But all things
most
considered,
part,
it
it's
works
good.
really well. But it's just so funny because of how deep Chris Evans' voice is. So he's like this scrawny guy, but he's like, "Yep, I'm gonna go and roll." It's like-
He's like, I've been
said
trying
roll, it's
in
like
Philadelphia and
but it does make him that much better when he becomes the captain, as it were. So so the Stark Expo, I wanted to throw out the little Easter egg they threw in there with they have the tank. I don't remember what's in it, but they said they mentioned Phineas Horton above
Yeah.
it, who was the scientist who created the original Human Torch. So I think that's not only like a
Oh.
reference because like the original Human Torch, it was a golden age here, at the time of like Captain America
that
back
makes sense.
like during when the comics were running during World War II,
Right.
But it's also maybe like a little reference to Chris Evans playing the what would be the second Human Torch, as it were.
And it makes sense because the Human Torch is like in that little, isn't he? Oh, sort of in the little canister. It's like just a man in a suit, but it's like a red.
It was a suit, but I feel like it was a different suit, like a different character suit. But I honestly don't remember.
Okay, yeah, because I just remember it being like a red suit with
It was
like a
like a-
dude with
like-
blonde hair, and I was just like,
It
okay,
was something. I honestly, it's not that big a deal, but I just kind of like the reference there now that I know a bit more about it. Okay, I want to ask you about this since we're at like the expo scene. How do you genuinely feel about Howard Stark in this movie?
Oh, I told you how I felt. I think, but that's only because you're like, what, like he like we were just talking about him being like bitches or something. I was like, he's really lame in his movie, and I do think he's lame. But I think it's cool because he doesn't feel like a Tony Stark ripoff. He does feel like his own character. It's kind of weird to see this character and the older Howard Stark we see. It's like, how do we get from this to that? But also he's young, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, a lot of time, family,
Yeah,
a lot can happen in that time,
yeah. He just, I don't know. He just kind of like, he doesn't overstay his welcome, But like,
I
don't know.
I honestly really like Howard Stark in this movie. I love kind of the Howard Hughes it's like design they're kind of going for. I mean it's very much like in a Legend of Korra with Varric. I just really like that kind of eccentric mad genius kind of character who I just it works right. I like it.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess if like with that, because I feel like he doesn't go too mad geniusy. I think he's a lot more tamed. I think they could have done more mad geniusy.
Could have done more. All right, yeah, I can see that.
Maybe that's what I'm kind of looking for, I guess. But I don't hate it. Like, yeah, I still like him. He's kind of lame, which I really like.
He's kind of lame.
Yeah, he's kind of lame.
Speaking of lame, we got Sebastian Stan over here as Bucky Barnes.
Oh my god, I want to say, well, okay. No, I'm going to start this off. I was going to ask you how you feel. No, fuck that. I want to hear your opinion, so you can probably disagree with me. I don't like Sebastian Stan in this movie. I don't know if that's a hot
like
take.
that at all.
No, yeah, there's parts where like I didn't really like his acting, and I just didn't really care for the character, and that's like weird because like I feel like he should be pretty important.
Yeah.
Especially with future movies in sight, obviously they probably weren't thinking that far ahead. They're still establishing things, but it's like, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I wasn't
sure,
attached to him.
I'm sure they knew they were going to bring him back.
Yeah.
Like they put the setup in there, and they know the character does come back in the comic, so I think they did know, or at least they were leaving it open in case like things went well for them.
Yeah.
No, I kind of agree. I think that is a notable weakness of the movie, especially given how they want to try and use it as the emotional hook of the sequel eventually. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate him. And here's the thing is, I'm going to talk about this later.
Yeah.
But compared to the rest of the Howling Commandos, I think Bucky's fine. All right?
Oh, okay.
I'm going to talk about
yes.
I'm going to talk about the Howling Commandos. Don't you fucking worry. But he's serviceable, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe it's just compared to how just phenomenal Chris Evans is. I think maybe it's just a bit lacking.
I think they just wrote more camaraderie between the two. I think that's maybe what I'm missing, and it's not like a jab at Sebastian Stan. Though I do think there is parts where I didn't really like that acting or the way that was portrayed. Yeah. But I think also what could have helped that is the camaraderie between those two.
Yeah,
but it wasn't completely lacking. It wasn't like it wasn't there. It's just maybe I wanted a little more.
I'm reminded of in Winter Soldier. Riley gonna pine for Winter Soldier, of course. They have like the flashback scene. I think it's like right after Steve's mom dies, and he and Bucky have a little flashback scene. I remember like I really like that scene. I just maybe another scene like that. Like they try in the early bits, like the first few scenes they have together. But I don't know, if it doesn't land, it doesn't land, and I'm kind of in that boat.
Yep.
But which character does land for me?
The scientist.
Oh my gosh, Stanley
really
Tucci.
Good. Stanley Tucci's
really
good in this movie.
Freaking good, dude. He is one of my favorite freaking characters in this movie, and I just love him. He's so likable in every scene he's in.
Yeah, I feel that way about him and fucking I don't care. Every scene he's
Tommy
in,
Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. Every scene he's in, I'm like, this is great. This is good stuff. But yeah, Stanley Tucci, man, dude, I like, because like I said, I only watched this movie maybe once, maybe twice before we watched it, and like I kind of forgot about that character. So watching it now, I was like, man, I'm enjoying this. Like I really love him being on screen and stuff. I kind of, maybe we'll talk about it when we get to the end of this portion. But yeah, I really enjoyed him, and I wanted to see more of him throughout the film.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, the curse of the mentor character, But man, like I love the first scene he's in where it's like, you want to go kill Nazis, I just love the accent, but it's so great. And just the little scene they have together before the operation, where they not only go over like his past relationship with Red Skull, but also like what he, like why he believes in Steve, and what it takes to be a good men. It's so good. And then they end it with a little cute bit of like, you're not going to drink. You have operation tomorrow. It's like, all right, we'll do it tomorrow. It's like, I don't have operation tomorrow. I'm drinking now. It's great. I love him. So he's great. I think that's all like the main. Yeah.
Oh, you're about to.
I was gonna say that's the main characters, like until we get Tommy Lee Jones and Haley Atwell later, but
Haley Atwell, is that Peggy?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was about to talk about Peggy, but I was like, do you consider that like a main? Because we talk about Bucky, but I'm like, I would say Peggy has more shine.
No,
than,
she's definitely a main character. I was just
Yeah.
saying she gets it just a little bit later. So.
Oh, okay. So we're just going by. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't know if you want to do character by character.
We can. We don't got any rules here.
There's look around. There are no rules.
There are no rules, man. We're potting.
We're potted. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, no. We can go by like kind of where. Oh well, I mean, she gets introduced right after the.
She gets introduced pretty early. Yeah, you're right. She's great. I love Haley Atwell and Chris Evans' chemistry in this movie, and like when they appear later together.
Best chemistry in Phase 1, I think.
I'm
going to lay down on that one.
I don't recall what you feel about
Tony Stark,
Robert Downey Jr. and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
I think it's there with them. But no, I think. I mean, it's certainly a hell of a lot better than
Thor,
Edward Norton, Liv Tyler.
Oh yeah, I thought you were
Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a lot better than them. But no, I think they're great. I think I really enjoy Peggy Carter whenever she shows up. I still haven't sat down to watch the entire series they gave her.
Agent Carter.
But
because that's happening after Captain America.
Yeah, that's like after World War II, but before SHIELD gets founded proper. I'm pretty sure that's all. Went back when it was the Strategic Science Reserve or whatever.
I think what helps Peggy in this movie is she also has a lot to do, or it feels like she has a lot to do, or she's doing stuff.
Yeah, she's very active in the plot.
Yeah, and I think that
gets shit done.
Makes the chemistry with Captain America really nice because it's like she's also helping. Like she's not just there, I guess.
She's an active player. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But the the other we talked about Tommy Lee Jones, but go Tommy Lee Jones is great. I mean, there's not much to say about him. He's very simple, but he's so fun. I love one of the lines that always sticks out to me is always like, oh well, if it isn't the Star Spangled Man with a plan, what is your plan today? he just does not even look up for like what he's writing. It's so funny. He's great. I love his fine little line like, I'm not kissing you. He gets it out there. That's great.
Well, I kiss you.
So he's great, but then the other one, I think the only other big kid, how like Commanders, it would be what's it? The actor is Toby Jones, I think is his name.
Toby Jones.
Plays
the lackey of Hugo Weaving.
I'm trying to remember his name. His name's Arnim Zola. That's it.
That sounds even more evil than the character
Arnim Zola. I love him. I've always loved. I especially love when he comes back in the sequel. But I really like his character. He's so funny.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's cool.
I think he actually is really necessary for the Red Skull. His dynamic with Red Skull is like it's a lot better because it's the two of them together and not just Red Skull on his own.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
I think that's what I would say about it.
That's a good. I didn't really think about that, but that is true. I think I really enjoy both of them together because, like I said, and this I don't know, man. Little things matter to me, and I really like the scene where he's like, are you gonna leave? It's just a pod for one or whatever. Are you gonna leave? All right, or whatever. And he's like,
where will I sit?
Where would I sit? He throws in the keys. It's like, or I forgot what he says. Like, you're driving.
Not a scratch, doctor.
I like that type of scene because it feels like the humanity's there. Now, do we agree with them and what they're doing? Fuck no. But the humanity's there. Whereas we take something like the fucking Broly movie where he's like, you are gonna leave me, father. He's like, no. And he's like, crushes the pod with his dad in there. Like, there's no humanity there. Like, I don't sympathize with him at all. That's just a fun movie, don't get me wrong. But it's like, there's nothing there, right? We're not attaching ourselves to Broly or his father. Like, both of them can eat shit. Whereas this is like, I'm not attaching myself to them because they're Nazis. But like, that little piece right there was like, okay, there's a little humanity there, right? I don't know. I enjoy that. Oh, sorry. What? That was weird. That was a weird.
That was certainly a tangent, but I mean, I'm happy you were able to make that connection. It was good.
Max would
Yeah,
be
so
happy.
he's great. Yeah, I'm sure he would if he actually listened to these. So one thing. How do you feel about the two instances of foreshadowing that he's going to use a shield in this movie? Did you catch those?
The first one's on the street, right?
Yeah,
or is that the second
when he's fighting the
f-
bully from the theater. Remember that? He picks up like the lid of the trash can.
Oh yeah, that's not even the one I was thinking of. But yeah, you're right.
The second one is when he's chasing
It's
the Hydra guy,
and he picks
up the taxi door, and it has a star on it.
Yeah.
Are those a little too on the nose?
No. I think. No, it's a. I think also, yeah, I like to say for movies like this, it's a comic book movie. Like I don't know. It's funny. It's fun. That's true. Especially because I direct stuff and I want to do shit like that. Like just silly shit like that. Like look, you like this movie, don't you? You know, like I don't know. I thought it was cool. Now I think where it stops for me of the cool factor is not with the first one with the trash can, it's the second one with the taxi door, because I'm like, everything else is exposed and that taxi door is not going to stop that bullet, but it does. But it's like,
I don't know how bullets work.
I don't know, man. Didn't fucking Bonnie and Clyde get shot in a car? Like,
yeah, probably.
To be fair, that's Tommy guns. Anyway.
We're all over the place, but I want to go back to the dynamic between Red Skull and Zola.
Yeah.
One of the scenes that I don't even know why, but it just makes me laugh so much for no reason, is the scene where he's getting his painting done.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, you did laugh at this
the guy
part.
painting him, and he the light is on for the painter, and Zola comes in and he turns the light off so that the audience can't see him, and so he can have a conversation, I guess. And then towards the end of the conversation, he turns it back on. It's like, "What do you think, Doctor?" He's like, "It's magnificent." And the painter looks really scared. It's just such a silly scene. It's so freaking silly that they just this is what Red Skull is up to. He has the Tesseract, they're doing their experiments to make it work, but in the meantime he's got to have his painting done.
Riley, it was even more funny to me because I didn't notice the painter, so I thought he was just in the dark. And did he
standing there posing?
Right, it wasn't until you started laughing that my eyes went to I was like, oh, there's a guy there painting. That's funny. I thought he was just in the dark talking, and then he cuts on the light to see him. But that's
oh my god, it's very silly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any notes for any of the the training camp scenes before the experiment or the operation or whatever.
What, you didn't really like the bomb?
The grenade, I do like that bit. Yeah, I think it's just a very simple way of showing. He literally will jump on a bomb for people.
Yeah, I think it reminds me a lot of Hacksaw Ridge.
Right.
I like that movie. So
yeah, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Mm-hmm. the fucking the bully character.
Oh my god,
who he's trading with. Guy's funny. He gets 2 lines, but he's such a silly cartoon character.
He comes back at the isn't he there at the when Captain America's trying to he's doing his world tour or whatever?
He might be. Yeah, he's one of the guys heckling him.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's bring the girls back out.
Yeah, it might be him. I
couldn't tell.
Sure, but the drill just Rogers. I said forward. No, they bring that guy back for Winter Soldier.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it's a flashback. They go to the bit where they have the Zola computer thing.
Yeah.
That's at the base he trained at. And so, when they're walking in, he has a flashback where he sees a younger version of himself, and you have the drill instructor there. It's Rogers. He says such a distinct voice. I love it.
Rogers, I said falling.
So moving on to the operation scene, and I love how, you know, we've already established this is, you know, this is the 40s, but it's futuristic, you know. And I think they nailed what the comics were like at this time of them using literally they're using like a Vita Ray machine, and you only hear about Vita Rays in like comics set in the 40s that are trying to be futuristic.
What? Oh, is that the what's the Vita Ray? Like, what is that?
I don't know what they are, but they use it as part of the technology. Let's Google it. Do some real time Googling. Vita radiation, Marvel Cinematic Universe wiki. Hell yeah! It's an electromagnetic radiation with a specific wavelength that has stabilizing properties. So he's used to stabilize the super soldier serum after they inject it into him.
Okay, all right.
Hell yeah!
So it's like Narcan.
I guess. Yeah.
All right.
That's one way of looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah. No. They. Oh, I never got to show you the original. The original bit where they kill the doctor. Anyway, we can do that later. Yeah. So it's a whole thing. And then they do the chase down where he chases down the Hydra agent who's trying to steal the formula.
What's interesting to me a little bit, like backing it up a little bit, when he's getting the injection and the machine is going off, and like everyone, like Peggy's like, shut it down, I could do this. Yeah, he goes, I could do this, but I'm like, because he's like screaming the whole time, and I'm like, you didn't want to say like just continue on before, you wanted to do all the like horrific screams. I don't know. It was just funny.
No, I understand what you're saying. It's funny how it goes from him going, ah! And then Sirius is like, shut it down. He like stops. He's just completely coherent, like, no, I can do this. I do notice. I have noticed that before.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
The doctor gets shot. The scientist gets shot, and that made me sad.
And he dies like pointing to his heart like a good man, you know.
Yeah,
it's very emotional. I was telling you this when we were watching. I would do all those Captain America things as soon as that guy gets like 50 feet deep in the water in that submarine. I'm giving up. I don't believe I would be capable of swimming. Like, just the fact that he swims after and catches up to the submarine and then rips it open and pulls the guy out and swims back to the surface with him. Dude, I'm not doing that.
I forgot. You said that and I was like, Riley, but it was like a few scenes later, or maybe it was like kind of towards the end of the movie, something happened. I was like, Riley, that would be it for me. Like, that's the part where I'm like, yep, nope, I'm checking out.
Yeah,
I forgot.
I don't quite remember what it was.
Oh, I think. Wait, was it when Red Skull takes off his face and punches Captain America? I think that's the part where I was like,
no, yeah,
fuck no,
it was when he raised the shield and the fist like punches into the shield.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. You're telling me there's people out here just like me? Fuck that. I thought I was the only one.
Well, he didn't. He got told about it.
True, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay, so there's another scene. I love all the scenes where they go back to see what Red Skull's off to, because you never know what you're gonna get. And they have the scene where the
separated from the Fuhrer.
Yeah, the SS come to like check on his progress. It's like, the Fuhrer is very upset with you, Schmidt, and he like shows off that he's perfected the Tesseract weapon technology, and it takes the form of a turret gun in the middle of his laboratory that he starts controlling and shooting people. And I love the moment where like he gets a couple people and the guys start running and he like misses a shot and he makes this really funny like annoyed face like, ah damn, I missed, and then he like adjusts the gun to fire correctly. It's so funny, dude.
I like this scene right before that when they're talking to him in the hallway and he goes, for the Red Skull, and Hugo Weaving just looks like, Because I don't think he was going to murder these guys, but the moment he said that, he just goes, "Come with me. We're actually made a new discovery."
Their ass is grass.
That whole scene's great. I really love that scene where he's killing all those guys.
And Hydra.
Riley goes, he's actually not. He's killed more. He has the highest Nazi body count in this movie. And I go, you know what, Riley, you're right.
It's true.
He has the highest Nazi body count.
It's very true. Oh my god. So let's discuss the middle of the movie where we get a musical montage of Captain America selling war bonds.
Can I ask you?
Yeah.
During this movie, because I feel like in every movie up until this point, there's like a slowdown or a point of like boredom, maybe.
Okay.
Do you feel that at all in this movie?
I mean, are we talking about the point where the movie slows down, or is it specific that I have to feel like the slowdown is like affecting the movie in a negative way?
Because I think all movies have slowdowns. Don't get me wrong. But like it's it's like damn, like this might be a little.
Is there a point where the movie slows down in a negative way?
Yeah.
It would. I don't think after, like, there's a bit of a slowdown after Bucky dies where he's like, trying to drink himself. He's like, I can't get drunk, and then they're like, all right, we're gonna go after him and we're gonna win the day. I don't mind that part. So I think the only bit would be after he saves everyone and they form the team, and before they start like the go get Hydra montage. That's the only point that like really sticks out to me. But then again, that's mainly centered on Howling Commandos, who I don't like. I mean, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you?
No. I think I was pretty interested all the way through.
Okay.
Because like even a little bit after because like I kind of like the montage too, because they do like I don't really care for the Howling Commandos, but like I do like it was interesting stuff to watch, like the bombing, like them setting the bombs on the truck, and like them doing heist missions out in World War II.
I gotta say, I do love the shot where they bust in, blast in, and Cap has like a shield and a pistol in one hand. He's just firing. God, I do like that shot.
It's so hard.
That's like a trailer shot right there.
Yeah.
But the musical number they wrote for this movie, the classic Star Spangled Man with a Plan, I fuck with that song and I fuck with that scene so much, dude. That song gets so stuck in my head every time I watch this movie, and I think it's just such a great, well done little musical montage. I love it. I have no notes.
Yeah,
no notes.
I
it's
thought
perfect.
It was enjoyable. I relate the montage.
It's so, and I love the finale they put onto the final chorus, and he's like lifting 3 women on a motorcycle in the air, and they have like mock battleships and cannons going off with confetti. It's like they're putting all the budget into this. The war effort needs this.
And I just go, Riley, what do you mean? They're rolling in the fucking dough because of this.
He's selling all the war bonds.
Is that also when the Hitler comes in too?
Yeah, he punches Hitler over there.
Hitler quotation marks.
Yeah, and I love how that comes back. Where it's like, you know what you're doing? It's like, yeah, I've knocked out Adolf Hitler over 30 times or whatever.
They're like, oh,
this kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great.
Talk about your Howling Commandos, because that's pretty much where we're at. They're really great in this movie. I think.
Okay.
What's up?
I think they suffer from the very lazy writing device of like, yeah, we're friends and we're comrades in this fight, and we're like all gung ho about it. They're just I think they're written so stilted, and none of them really have like any really crazy notable. It's like one of them's the French guy, and one of them is the black
Asian guy and the
the
black
Asian guy,
Yeah.
and one of them's Dum Dum, who I fucking hate.
That
I
character, man. I don't know how to like. I was sitting there like, am I tripped? I literally turned around and was like, Riley, what's up with this guy? Like, I don't hate him, but I'm highly offended by him. Every time he opens his mouth, I want to punch him. Like, am I just
you
doing
know,
something?
Fritz? Someday I'm gonna have a big stick. What the fuck he says? I just hate him, dude. I'm like, I just did not. I don't care about him at all. It's so fucking dumb.
It's the same thing with the fucking the Thor people, the fucking the Odin Commandos,
the Warriors 3, yeah. That's a new one. Holy fuck! No, and did they even do anything in the final fight? Like I'm sure they do. I just like can't remember.
No, dude. I don't think
they're probably
they
just
do.
fighting like the guys outside.
Are they?
That, but like
because I remember him and Bucky. Oh, they
Bucky's dead at this point.
Wait, what do you mean? I thought you were talking about.
I'm talking about the final fight against Red Skull, like where he takes off on the plane and stuff. I imagine they have to come in and like do some fighting with Tommy Jones and Soldier and stuff. I just don't remember.
Fighting. I don't remember if they do anything.
They just don't give me anything interesting to do after that, so it's even less of me needing to be interested.
It's not their movie.
Yeah, one of my notes is just the Howling Commandos are lame.
That's fair.
I remember
up there with Howard Stark.
Yeah, in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., one of the characters was a grandson of one of the Howling Commandos. I think it was the grandson of the black guy. So,
cool.
And I mean, hey, that character was neat.
They should have made the French guys, specifically the black one, get rescued by Isaiah Bradley, and that's kind of his whole thing. He's like, I seen one of you. He should have been like, I seen one of you before. He called you, and then he says something French. That sounds really cool, right? But it's like Super Soldier, but in French. Super Soldier. And like that would be really cool. But hey, that's just my little rewrite.
It's German. All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
So yeah, I actually don't have too many more notes to it. Oh, I remember I actually like them naming the big bomber plane that Red Skull's going to use. They name it the Valkyrie, so they're kind of keeping with the Nordic kind of obsession he has going on.
Before, because we didn't really talk about the train scene, but I relate that scene too. Like I really like
the action sequence.
Yeah, I like the sequence. I didn't really care about Bucky dying, but that's also because I didn't really care about Bucky. So
that's fair. Yeah. That's certainly a flaw you can have with it.
Also, is he saying the like secret agent words when or what do you call it? Sleeper agent words when Cat rescues him the first time?
Oh,
he's on the table.
No,
I think he's saying
he was
words.
Something.
I think he's like
no.
fire
It couldn't. It couldn't be then. No, it could. It wouldn't be because they didn't program him until after they recovered him after the fall.
But okay, so I thought they were alluding to like they were already gonna, because also like everyone else was like regular captured, but he's already on like this scientist.
Well, I think that's because they had already like gave him some of the like serum that they were working on trying to recreate the super soldier serum, and that's why he survived the fall.
Okay,
train.
And that's why I thought he had I thought he was saying like the weird sleeper agent shit.
It might have been, but I wouldn't think that would be the case, but maybe.
Okay,
not sure.
Now I kind of want to go back and see. We should try. We should see what he's saying when after the pod. But yeah.
All right. We can do an addendum at the start of next time, maybe if we remember. Yeah. So I don't have too many more notes till the end. I love the final action sequence. I love all the creative stuff they do with like the little. I love the bombs that are also the planes.
Oh my god! I was like,
I think those are really funny.
Riley, aren't those bombs? Riley goes, yes. I was like, and he just flew one into the. He just flew it right into the fucking ship. I was like, it's not just gonna go off. But
Yeah, no, I agree with this. I think the final fight between the two could have been like a little more fleshed out, but I mean it's fine.
yeah, that's true.
And then he gets
We
sucked
get
away by the
way
Tesseract,
cooler action scenes in Winter Soldier. Don't worry about it. It comes back.
hoisted by his own petard, as it were. And then like they have a little like goodbye, and then he goes into the ice. And just to go through the ending for the other, like most of my notes just kind of about the ending. Like I do appreciate they try to build a little bit of a camaraderie between Howard Stark and Steve Rogers, where it's like, yeah, there's nothing still out here. It's like, just keep looking. And I actually really like that delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it really goes towards what they develop later, especially in Civil War, where it's like Tony's like, yeah, my dad never stopped talking. I think they even do it in Avengers a little bit. It's like, yeah, he never stopped talking about you. He was obsessed with you, and he didn't give a toss about me,
Mm-hmm.
I like how they kind of set the seeds for that here.
Yeah, especially because that's like one of Howard's like huge, like I would say, like innovations, right? Is the super soldier.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can imagine him coming home like, son, I made a fucking superhero. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
and he spent like a lot of his life trying to recreate it, because he was the one who created the serum that what's his name, Blonsky, Tim Roth's character, took in Incredible Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who made that one, because that was like him trying to recreate it. And then obviously Bruce Banner was trying to recreate it, but using like gamma rays. And obviously, like the serum in this movie isn't made by Howard Stark; it was made by Stanley Tucci's character. But Howard Stark created like the
machine to get
the Vita Ray technology or whatever, like the stabilizer technology or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is why he had so much trouble actually creating the serum himself afterwards.
Yeah. They said it would take years to like recreate, right?
Yeah, and they never actually, like, I don't think they've ever actually managed to create a perfect one like that. Or it could be like they've never found a perfect subject like Steve Rogers.
Okay,
like,
so what was the whole thing with Isaiah Bradley then? Because Isaiah Bradley, is this like a weaker version?
Yeah, I think all the other ones are just like weaker, like ones that are
weaker, like even Red Guardian too.
Yeah. Like every country, it was sort of like Cold War era stuff. Like everyone had their own version of these secret rocket organizations or science, nuclear testing stuff. In this case, everyone had their own super soldier program.
There's a really funny line with Red Guardian and Thunderbolts, but I won't spoil it here because I do really want you to watch that. But I think you'll enjoy the line.
Got it. And another thing I want to talk about, because this is kind of going into future movies, but I love how much they fleshed out the journey of the Tesseract, or the Space Stone, as it would come to be revealed as. And I kind of wish that they had given that level of attention to the rest of the Infinity Stones, because you have like, the Time Stone, it's in the Eye of Agamotto, and then Doctor Strange gets it, and then it's in Infinity War. The Soul Stone, it gets introduced in Infinity War, but the Space Stone, man, that one just gets so much story. Like, it starts at Odin's Vault, then he hides it on Earth, then Red Skull gets it, then it goes to the ocean, and then Howard Stark eventually finds it, and then he uses it, like he's trying to study it, and he doesn't really get anywhere with it. And then Marvel, I think she was a Kree, right? She takes it and uses it to create the hyperspace engine or whatever to help the Skrulls, but that ends up blowing up, and that creates Captain Marvel. And then it goes back to the station, like her secret laboratory, and then they get it back, and then they bring it back down to S.H.I.E.L.D., and then that's where it hangs out until the events of Avengers, and then it just keeps going from there, where it eventually goes back to Odin's Treasure Vault. It's like they tell the story of this Tesseract of the Space Stone that is just going on this massive journey. Eventually gets destroyed in Ragnarok, and then Loki gets it, and then it eventually finally falls into Thanos' hands.
Oh yeah,
and I just imagine a world where they had more movies and they could have told like these really intricate stories about each of the stones and how they eventually got to where they ended up in Infinity War. Yeah,
that's cool. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. It shows up a lot. It affects a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely the most prominent of the Infinity Stones. And another thing is, it's interesting to think that every time they tell the Cap origin story, it's always going to be like he's asleep for even longer than he was like in the last time they told it, because back when they reintroduced Captain America in the comics in the 60s, he had been effectively in the ice for 15 to 20 years maybe.
Yeah.
And then the 90s roll around, it's like, well, he's been in the ice for 40, 50 years. And then when this movie rolled around, it's like, well, he's been in the ice for like 70 years, So it's like, it's always longer and longer, and eventually it's going to get to the point where if they want to retell the origin story, no one he knows is still going to be alive by the time he gets out of the ice,
Yeah, I agree.
It's interesting how they do that. And the ending of the movie is great. I love the little ending.
It's
the little
really good.
Cut back to them.
The final line, I said, it's honestly cinema, man. It's like one of the greatest like callbacks. Absolute cinema, clapping hands, black and white Scorsese.
The soundtrack does a lot of heavy lifting there too. It's great. It's
missed the dance.
Pretty fun. I had a date. No. And the last thing I have before we go into the more general discussion to end this out, I do think it's kind of tacky that the post-credit scene is just a trailer.
Yeah, no, I think that's tacky too, because I was like, I don't remember the post-credit scene for this movie. I was like, so it must not be good. And then I asked you, and you said that, and I was like, I hate that. Maybe that's why I don't remember it.
I completely understand why they did it, but I think, the longer we go on and the more, people come back to rewatch these movies, it does seem really tacky.
Okay, so let me ask you, would you think it was tacky if they just took a scene from Avengers? So
no, because they've done that plenty of times in future movies. Like they have that with which movie is it? Where they show a scene from Thor Ragnarok, right? I think it's Doctor Strange. The post-credit scene of Doctor Strange is a scene they would later use in Thor Ragnarok, where he's meeting with Thor. It's like, hey, your brother's on Earth, right?
Oh, yeah.
They do. So they've done that a few times.
Yeah.
And they kind of do that here, where it's like him in the like the boxing gym.
Mm-hmm.
But then it just transitions into a full-on trailer.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it, but yeah, I just skip it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Especially because I actually love the full scene in Avengers. I love that scene.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that is all the notes I have. Actually, the last little note I have is I love all the with both Red Skull and Captain America. I love the little just like throwaway signs of how strong they are.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the movie. Like there are so many scenes where, and the one that made me write this note is when he in Avengers, when he like just picks up one of the freaking punching bag with like one hand and just hangs it up, and then at the end of the scene where it's like, all right, we got work to do, and he just like picks one up and just slings it over his shoulder and carries it out. But they do that a lot in this movie. And like right at the beginning, they have the guys like, you have like three guys trying to push the coffin open. And it's like, get out of the way, and Red Skull just does it on his own.
Mm-hmm.
I really like, and I think they do that in future movies too. Just like these guys are super soldiers, and just they occasionally show that.
Mm-hmm.
No need to draw too much attention to it, but it's always a nice little thing to notice. So that, my friend, is all of my notes for Captain America: The First Avenger. Is there anything else we want to talk about? Anything we missed?
For me personally, nah. Peggy looks good.
Natalie Dormer was in this movie.
Chris Evans.
You were pretty shocked about that.
I said, "What? She's in this movie? What the fuck?" She looked good.
She wasn't even a character.
No. Chris Evans was good when the pod opened up, and he was very sweaty.
Oh.
I love the scene where Peggy's like, "I kind of want to touch him, but that's not professional." I really like that. Yeah,
I did not appreciate her just blasting the shit out of the shield to test it out while he was holding it. First of all, horrible trigger discipline. Second of all, why was there just a loaded gun on that table?
She was mad. She was upset.
Yeah, I get that.
So she wanted to fucking kill the man. You would do the same if you were in her shoes.
One thing that I don't think they ever actually went into
is how she's so good with a gun up close.
No. I don't know if they've ever actually talked about or confirmed how how bullets affect Captain America.
Yeah, it's weird because Civil War, the comic, Cap dies, spoiler, because he gets shot. So, like, Captain America in the MCU never gets shot, like, not
Yeah,
once. And so it's like, I'd never know.
I have to imagine that bullets of it. Like maybe it's like a bullet has less chance of actually killing him, especially if in a non-fatal area. But if he gets shot in the head, it's gonna kill him.
Does he have like an advanced healing factor as well? Because like
sure
they established that with Tim Roth, right? But
no, I'm pretty sure he does because they mentioned that when he like his metabolism is
oh, it's high,
like increased,
yeah, okay.
Because he can't get drunk. So I imagine that's the same thing. Like his bodily functions are just a lot faster than a normal human. So that includes its ability to just heal itself.
That's fair.
Not to like a Wolverine extent, obviously.
Yeah, but, no. But like something that would take like a month to heal probably takes like 2 weeks for him.
Yeah.
I think a bullet probably doesn't affect him because he grabbed a helicopter. So like, I don't know. Maybe.
That's a crazy ass scene, dude.
God, dude. And he did that legitimately, which is also scary. He just grabbed the whole ass helicopter in real life. Shout out to Chris Evans. Yeah, no, that's it. I don't really have much. I really like this movie. I definitely think I'm going to change it for my ranking.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good watch, and I'm excited for the next fucking movie, the final movie in Phase 1. Let's fucking go.
The Avengers, hot take Avengers.
No hot take with me and Riley. Fuck that. That movie fucking rocks. Fuck what everything Riley's gonna say.
Listen, I know you're gonna agree with some
I'm gonna
points.
Yeah, of course. I'm also just gonna fanboy the fuck out for that movie. So just get ready.
I probably drooling. Will too. I here's the thing: we're gonna rewatch it, and I'm gonna be taking notes, and like 95% of them are gonna be completely positive, and I'm gonna have a great time watching it. But I am going to point out my problems with that movie.
That's fair. I think that's fair. That's true. I think no, never mind. Yeah. Either way, I'm excited for that. Do you know what we're watching next? No, right?
Well, it's your movie, isn't it? Don't you?
I think so. Lined up? There's a lot of movies I have lined up that I want to watch.
Dude, same.
And now I'm like, I don't know what route I want to take because I do kind of want to do like a Denzel Washington fest where we just watch a bunch of Denzel Washington movies. Because I haven't actually I don't remember ever seeing Training Day all the way through, so I kind of want to watch that. I want to watch Soul Men with Bernie Mac and Samuel Jackson. It's some really funny movies. Bernie Mac's like last movie. But there's also like a bunch of horror movies I want to show you. So yeah, I don't know, but it'll be something random.
Well, October is coming up sooner than we think. If we do this monthly, it'll be the episode after next.
That's true. There might be something in the headlines in the future that you don't know about, but I'm so excited.
All right. Ooh, are we gonna do one of your movies for the pod?
No. It's something else, but we'll get there. All right. You got a question for me though? Because
I do. I told Chris that I have a question lined up because we always like to have a little Q&A at the end of these. And I was thinking about this because I've been getting back into watching some old horror movies. And I recently rewatched The Evil Dead, the original by Sam Raimi, classic. And I find that movie, it's a good movie. I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that really stands out about that movie is how much it inspires me to want to, I'm not a filmmaker. I used to have aspirations for filmmaking. I took film studies, like 2 years of it in high school. I used to do a bunch of like home movie stuff as a kid, but I just realized I didn't really have the knack for it, and I didn't have the equipment for it. So I just kind of, let that dream go. But I still, enjoy watching and discussing movies. But that movie, just every time I watch it, really inspires that drive of mine to want to create something. And I wanted to ask Chris, what movie is that for you? What is the movie that you watch that just inspires you to want to, like, you're like, I just want to go out and make something like this, not exactly like this, but this movie makes me want to go make a movie.
I think there's a lot of movies like that for me. Recently that has hit me, but that's with Sinners. That movie, dude, is just really good. But a couple movies that have hit like scratch that for me. Definitely the original Evil Dead. Watching that, it just sucks because I feel like it was tainted by me seeing the 2013 remake and then retroactively going back and watching that one and being like, oh shit, like the 2013 remake is basically, what if we just redo the first movie but we have a higher budget? You know what I mean? Whereas that movie was meant to just be a fan project of Sam. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like, I want to make a movie. This is it, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, the original Evil Dead was effectively already like a remake of, a fan movie he made.
Yeah.
Yeah, like $100 budget for it. So like the original was already like the higher budget remake, but it was still just like super shoestring budget,
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of why it inspires me so much, just how much they were able to do with such a tiny budget.
Yeah. I think Evil Dead is a good one. I think for me, and this maybe because it's just my favorite movies, but definitely Interstellar, because I love the spectacle of that movie, but also just love like the soundtrack and stuff. So it's like the perfect movie to me. Like, this is what a movie is. This is what movies have become. That's how I see Interstellar. Yep. And then The Thing, because I love horror movies, and that movie does tension really well, but also does the horror aspect really well to me. Very scary. The soundtrack is very simple but very effective. The doom 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 doom. It's like,
the thing is a really good example. I agree, because it's like the thing is like the kind of movie that I think anyone who has the passion for it could do, minus like the ridiculously high fidelity special effects. You're gonna have to actually have some experience to get that done. But like anybody can. I mean, I'm saying sets and actors and stuff, but the core ideas and the core tenets of that movie is something that I think anyone could grasp.
Yeah, I think also from like a meta sense, that sounds weird, maybe that's not the word I'm looking for, but like also what The Thing is trying to say, because like The Thing from Another World was the whole like communism and the Red Scare, and then The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, is more so like being afraid of your neighbor and stuff, and that inspires me to like want to do more than just make a movie, like make a horror movie. I want to make a horror movie that's like, it's a horror movie at base level, like anyone can watch it, but at the same time it's also maybe saying something that you weren't thinking about before. It can be added into a different context. But yeah, those are the kind of movies that really inspire me, that like want to make film. Thank you for that. That was a really interesting question. I hadn't really thought about it. But yeah, I think a lot of older movies in general, though, like watching older film is like, how the fuck, when we watched I bring this up all the time, I really want to review it for the pod, but we watched Jekyll and Hyde, and I was like, that very first tracking scene where it's first person and he gets to the mirror and then it goes from like the mirror to like just regular scene, and I was like, watch it. I was like, there's no way they were like, let's fucking do this. Like, that movie came out in the 40s.
Yeah, it was a 40. Yeah, it was like so ahead of its time. All the techniques they were using in that movie.
I'm like, 20 years before that, we had Birth of a Nation, right? Like, like I don't know, man. It's just like that type of shit. I'm like, damn, that's inspired me. That like, I want to make movies. I want to do shit like that. Just avant-garde shit. So yeah. I say Riley, try it out, make something, even if it's fucking trash. Like, definitely, I would love to sit down and just watch a Riley film. Like directed, the screenplay by, like, especially because Riley, dude, I don't think you understand how much you yourself has also inspired me to like want to do film, but not even just do film, but look at film differently, dude. Like.
I appreciate that.
I want to give you your flowers, because I feel like I've told my friends this, like, also, it's just like, you're one of the main key people that made me go like, okay, film is not just watching a bunch of pictures. You know, like it is like something you can digest and like really like get into the nitty gritty and like change you as an individual, right? That stuff matters. It's art, bro. It's high art, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think you should try it. You know, try to make it. You know, you consume it, try to make it.
I have made the attempt before several times in my life, and you know, it's I've never felt the worst for it. I'll say that.
Give me like a synopsis of a story you've done. Like,
there's never a story. It's always just.
Oh my god, are you like you're fucking like a?
I'm a David David Lynch.
Time to make Mulholland Drive 2, baby.
Yeah, no, I'm a dog ass writer. You know this, so it's
It's not true.
It's you know, it's all about the vibes at that point.
All right, I fuck with that. God cursed me because I actually live off of Mulholland Drive, like, so. Jokes on me, I guess.
Oh boy.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
Socials. Give me them socials.
Socials. Isolation on YouTube. It's I'm gonna start uploading again. I may have said that last time, but this time I actually have stuff scheduled out. I just need to get stuff edited and put up and schedule it to come out. It's gonna be good. Nothing really new, but you know, lots of return of the favorites if anyone actually watched more stuff. And maybe some more streaming, but again, internet issues. I don't really feel comfortable until I've actually sorted it out. Might have to do some crazy fixing on all my setup here, but you know, that's neither here nor there. So yeah, Isolation, YouTube, that's the main thing.
Okay.
Nothing else. We don't do Twitter, Blue Sky yet. Maybe someday. Instagram, nothing.
You said by the time we do our next episode, maybe I'll have a Blue Sky. I just love how long this bit is going. Yeah.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you said that 2 episodes ago, and in the episode before that, you're like, I still don't have a Blue Sky, so maybe the next one.
Okay, next time.
All right. It's funny. Blue Sky is gonna be black by the time you get to it. Yeah, Modern Day Age on everything. Modern Day Age on YouTube. Modern Day Age with 2 E's on Twitter. Rose.coloredboy with 2 Y's on Instagram. And yeah, that's kind of it. Kind of finishing up a film right now. It's in post-production. Just got our 4th draft of an edit. Looking really good. We did some reshoots. Sexy. I'm so excited to like push it out to like events and stuff, but I'm also excited to show you guys. Also, it can be fucking terrible to you guys, and I'm totally okay with that, but I love it and I enjoy it, so I think that's what matters the most right now.
Exactly. I know that feel.
Yeah.
This may be terrible, but it's mine. I created it.
And I'm happy about it, you know. But like, it's like I got to do the things I always love, like shooting it or like putting it in black and white, shooting in 4x3, you know, like really cool, like tracking shots and stuff. And it's like that type of shit just makes me happy to do and like direct, you know. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on. Other than that, yeah, I think that's it. That's all my socials. I got nothing else. I'm excited about our next pod episode. Whenever that is.
Likewise. Yeah, we'll try and schedule it out soon. We can start pushing these a little quicker, and we'll have a nice catalog.
Yeah, and since I'm not working on the film on the weekends anymore, it should be a lot easier to consume other things too. So yeah. So I gotta watch Abbott Elementary and what? I was gonna say Always Sunny. Because you always show me Always Sunny, but that's not what we were watching. What were you showing me?
I don't think we started anything. We had talked about watching Battlestar Galactica together.
Yeah, definitely.
But we hadn't actually started it yet because it starts like the 3-hour movie or whatever.
Oh yeah, I thought it was an hour and a half. Shit, it's 3 hours.
I think it's broken up into 2.5-hour things maybe. But okay. I honestly don't remember.
That's not that bad. I'm down whenever to do that. So
yeah, we just gotta find the time. We got lots to do.
Yeah, that's fair. We're also working
a lot to do. Is it one lump or two? Let's be our guest.
All right. Anyway, that's it. Catch you guys next time.
Bye bye.